Hello, my beautiful human. I am so excited for today's shakeup because, girl, if you are feeling overwhelmed and burnt the F out, you are not alone. I repeat, you are not alone. Do you hear me? And I want to first ask you this before we dive in. What is your most sacred time during the day? And listen, if you don't have one, you're in the right place. Like, truly, we're going to figure that out today because it took me such a long time to realize this, but you cannot, I repeat, you cannot pour into other people or even show up 100% for yourself if you are getting weighed down by all of the things in your mind. And I truly believe as women, we try to take everything on. And I'll speak for myself. I am a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a friend, I'm a daughter. I have the responsibilities of taking care of a child, being a loving wife, building this business that supports other people, right? And I have a lot going on in my life and a lot in my mind. You do too. And I love this idea of brain dumping, which is what we're going to talk about today. Enter chat, morning brain dump. A little pro tip, do this at night too. But because we take on so much in our life, in our day, you don't have to be a mom. You don't have to be a wife to feel like you're overwhelmed. You can simply be overwhelmed because of all the things that you're taking on in your job, in your professional life, in your personal life, with your friends, with your family. Maybe you're traveling a lot. There's a lot going on. And we tend to just keep suppressing that. And it gets to a point where we feel burnt out and overwhelmed. And so I started doing these morning brain dumps, and it has completely transformed my life, but specifically transformed how I show up every single day for all of the people that depend on me. Now, the morning brain dumps are truly for you to do wherever you want to do it. So if you want to do it midday, if you want to do it at the end of the day, why I love the morning is because we wake up and we are kicking the day off, right? And depending on what your morning routine looks like, it's going to be different for every single person. But for me, I like to wake up, do a morning brain dump, and go work out. So with my morning brain dump, I come into my beautiful office. I know if you followed me on Instagram, you've seen I've redid the wallpaper, and it's just so fun to come into. But with the morning brain dump, I come into my office, I put some candles on, I get my iPad actually, because I got this paper felt cover for it. And I use GoodNotes, and I'll link this in the show notes, but I use GoodNotes and I brain dump. I literally get every single thing out of my head onto paper. Okay. Every idea, every thought, every feeling that I have, things that are overwhelming me, things that are exciting me, things that I have been thinking about for a while, things that maybe I dreamt about. Every single thing goes on this paper, and I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders every single time I complete my brain dump. Now, recently in October of 2022, I hosted a mastermind retreat for entrepreneurs, and I had 9 amazing women attend. And every morning when we woke up, we did our intention. So we journaled, we thought about our intention for the day, we brain dumped of like really what we want to get out of the day and how we want to show up for ourselves, for our partners, for each other, and for our business. And it was so amazing to see the transformation from when the women woke up, from when they started journaling to after. It literally, you can feel the weight be lifted off your shoulders. And our next retreat is April 13th to 16th, 2023. And I would love for you to take a look at, which I'll link in a show notes, more information of the retreat, because I really want you to be there for our April one. And we will do way more brain dumping now that I've seen how transformative it is for the women, not just me. So that's why today's episode is all about doing this morning brain dump. And I'm going to challenge you to do that because I know how it feels to be overwhelmed and to feel burnt out and unmotivated and just completely scatterbrained. And so here's how I want you to kick it off. I want you to pick a time in the morning. This could be after your workout. This could be before you open up your computer, whatever works for you. Pick a time, go into a quiet space. This literally could be your car. Like, I don't care where it is. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I want you to go into a quiet space, turn off all electronics, unless you're using your iPad for writing this down. But if you have a notebook, get your notebook and pen. I would even dedicate a whole notebook just for morning brain dumps, and turn off lights, maybe turn off some candles, maybe just turn off the music in your car if you are in your car. Or I use Insight Timer, which is an app. Again, I'll link it in the show notes, that has meditations, and you can listen to some relaxing music there. And I don't want you to overthink this. I literally just want you to start brain dumping. I want you to start writing every single thing that comes to mind. And at the end of that, I literally want you to close it, take a deep breath, and feel the weight lifted off your shoulders. Like, I want you to feel relieved after this brain dump. And I tend to actually go back to my brain dump and see what I wrote. A lot of ideas for Empowered Confidence comes from there. A lot of the ideas that I had for the retreat comes from these brain dumps. A lot of conversations that I want to have with Matt, I realize, are in these brain dumps. Fun things I want to do with Sebastian. And even sometimes I have some not so nice thoughts about my abilities to do things, right? Like some of my brain dumps of like, I'm doubting myself. Here's where this fear is coming from. And you end up gaining so much clarity on where a lot of your fear and a lot of the things that are holding you back, you gain clarity on where that's coming from these morning brain dumps. I'm really excited for you to do these, and I would love for you to tell me how this morning brain dump has worked out for you. I challenge you to do this for 2 weeks straight. Like, do not break this habit for 2 weeks straight. Let's do it together. You know that every morning I will be doing this brain dump, and I will do it with you. Tag me on social so we can bring in more women to do this with us, because we just deserve to feel light. We deserve to feel okay and happy and not burnt out and not overwhelmed, because we are super women that are taking so much on. I'm really excited for you. And I just want to remind you that, again, like I said in the beginning, you cannot pour into people or show up 110% for yourself if you are being held down. Okay? I love you. I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to see how these morning brain dumps support you. I'll see you in the next episode.